Today, first reading, we heard from Prophet Amos. Prophet Amos is one of the 12 minor prophets. And at his time, the Israelites, they have the prosperity. And they became rich in their kingdom. During the time of Jeroboam II and Uzziah of Judah. Amos prophet had the chance to write about the social justice. He did acknowledge the prosperity, however, he mentioned the dishonesty, how they gain those prosperity. And then in the psalm today, we can know that God do care the poor people and the one who is needy. Prophet Amos, for the social justice, in his book, he spoke out. If we meditate upon this, the prosperity, the money, and the richness, this is a great temptation for the people throughout the history. And even it might be the great temptation for us also. And once, I had the chance to talk to my grandma. She already passed away. Well, accidentally, hey, money is not good. Being rich is not good. And my grandma, that's not right. Money itself doesn't have to do with good and bad. And she said, it depends how we treat it, how our attitude, how our desires toward it. And I started to understand. And at the seminary also, we have to do the first foundation of our spiritual life from St. Ignatius of Loyola. We have to put God first, and every other things are indifference. This is a great word, indifference. And then my spiritual director asked me, they are indifference mean they are just the channel towards God. They are, should be the the pointers toward God. So we have to reflect in our life, how are we treating our properties, our richness, the money that we have? Are we greatly attached to all these property, or we use them well for greater glory or not? And in the gospel we heard today, I really like this gospel. At first, wow, Jesus, he praised the dishonest manager for his a tricky way that he did, right? So, hey, how much you owed the boss? 100. Write it in the paper, 50. And then he went to another person. How much you owe? 100. Write 80. The way he add is dishonest. However, he loved himself. He loved himself. How he loved himself? After he is fired from this work, and the people, who he generous to, they will welcome him they will take care of him. And Jesus praised him of his, intellect and of his, great idea how he took care of himself. And then Jesus also point out that the things, what you see, throughout our life on this earth, they are not faithful, trustworthy, right. They will leave us because when we are in the temporary home, this is not our eternal home. For that reason, Jesus says, make friends with the dishonest. That's kind of you have to think really well. Yeah, these are the dishonest things. Things will come and go in our life. The thing is, how do we make use of them? How do we really, knowing all these things, and then how do we kind of work hard for ourselves mean to possess all these things? No, not to possess all these things, but to kind of deposit, the value and the virtues and the richness, not in this life, but in the life to come, for our eternity. For this reason, St. Ignatius of Loyola reminds us, put God first in our life. And one of my friend priest, he always mentioned, don't chase after the many. Make them come to you. I really like his advice. Well, and if we put it in our spiritual life, try our best to do and to be participate in God's creation with our full effort. And then we will have the new invention for the new generation. Don't worry about all these things. Just try ourselves best to be the best version in God's creation. God is the creator of the world. Being his children, being his son and daughter, we will definitely inherit all those things. Remembering putting God first in our life, and also being the good steward, and remembering things are temporary and not infinite, and we are supposed to strive for the infinity, for eternity, and ask the strengths and the graces that we need so that we will clearly see our part and we will be the good stewards and true children of God.